What's up, wrestling fans? This is Discuss TNA Impact Wrestling, available anywhere you listen to podcasts. I'm JaySin, back again, as always, with the Horror King. He's got his own YouTube channel. Check it out. We are going to start off with some awesome news that kind of flew under the radar, I guess, because it came out on Friday, I believe. Pro wrestling journalist Davey Meltzer spoke about the early buy rate for Slammiversary. According to Dave from the latest newsletter, Slammiversary numbers were up almost 400% from Rebellion in April. That got around 450 buys. Slammiversary's first figure is 2,200. And sorry, let me just add, this is from Wrestling Inc. These figures aren't including streaming numbers, as those aren't available yet. But Meltzer noted, TNA claims Slammiversary's pay-per-view numbers beat the Hart to Kill event in January, which was not only the biggest rebranding show for the company, but also the biggest financial success TNA has seen in years. Boom! TNA is fucking killing it.
Yeah, and they're near, last I heard, they're near sellout the tapings this weekend, so.
Selling places out,
Yeah.
putting on good shows, not lighting the pay-per-view correctly, but then using it perfect lighting on the show after the pay-per-view. That was an interesting move. Not sure about that. Man, Mention had great lighting, like the actual episode after it. You know what I mean? Could have went even friggin' higher. But awesome news. Holy shit. I mean, everyone talked about Hard to Kill being like the biggest thing in years and years and years, financial success, and this isn't compared to Hard to Kill. This is compared to Rebellion, but whatever. Like, TNA said Slammiversary did bigger than Hard to Kill, which is fucking awesome. Great for them. Really cool. I'm happy. We were kind of dying for news this morning. Didn't have much. Sorry, or this afternoon. Whatever. We had a bunch of fucking nothing. And then, boom, that came out of nowhere. So, awesome. We talked about Slammiversary last week. I thought it was literally the first thing I noticed was how bright this show looks compared to Slammiversary. And, like, I don't get how that happens. Maybe you understand that better than me.
I don't know if it's a case of when they go live, like, sometimes they don't really see the aspect of it, like, you know, from the venue, and then, like, they watch it, they kind of go back later, and they're like, oh, shit, we need to lighten this place up. Maybe it's a case of just simply adding a lighter to
see it the first time.
Few corners or whatever of the venue, but I didn't happen to notice that, but I don't doubt it either, because TNA kind of has that. They're still kind of ironing out the kinks of, like, going live. A lot of times, like, if it's not the video, it's the audio that suffers sometimes. But
yeah, somebody said, I think this actually came to me in an off-the-record conversation about how, like, when they show up to these places, they're all different. And it's, like, a lot has to do with, like, their Wi-Fi in the building and a lot of stuff. There's, like, so much shit that goes into this stuff. I mean, I'm sure WWE brings in their own fucking Wi-Fi system, you know what I mean? Like, they become, like, their own router or whatever, like, but TNA is not at that place yet, so.
Yeah, and I think this is what our new revenue officer's job is to book these venues as well. Because I know next year...
this fucking guy killing it, Jesus.
Yeah, they're talking about moving them up into, like, maybe bigger sized arenas, more production friendly. We've mentioned this on a podcast a time before, but I think we're starting to see a method to the madness of the new revenue advisor.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty simple. Like, it's kind of like what we said years ago: play Moneyball. You know, like, you're not going to get the best fucking guys. You have to be very smart about what you're doing, like, and that's what they were doing. Like they're not overpaying for anyone right now. I mean, like, who's like their most overpaid for person? Dolph, maybe he's probably the highest paid guy, I would guess. And he's bringing it. Dolph is fucking bringing it right now. 346,000 views from his YouTube segment from 3 days ago. 346,000 views. The second one is 116. That's a Joe Hendry clip, the hottest fucking wrestler in the world. 346,000. Those are WWE kind of numbers.
Well, this
also, if anyone wants to look it up fast, you could probably combine the last 7,000 Ring of Honor videos and come up with 346,000 views for you fucking mental morons who talk on Twitter like Ring of Honor is actually a thing, or it's. I was arguing. People were saying Ring of Honor is better now because of Tony. Like, it makes me so angry. Like, I can't even argue. If you're a Ring of Honor fan, can you just say that's so stupid fast?
Yeah, it's.
Have you even turned it on since Tony bought it? No, you can't fucking get it. It's on fucking Honor Club.
Well, for one, yeah. Just gonna say for one thing, you gotta have Honor Club. But I have watched a little bit of the certain. I think somebody's been kind of putting it on YouTube.
Do you have any idea who the world champion is? Do you know what the main event was for Death by whatever the fuck that literally happened 2 days ago? The biggest pay-per-view of the year.
Take a guess for the champion.
I mean, you don't know. It's
Jay Lethal? I don't know.
It's not even close.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, I don't think it's funny. I honestly don't know off the top of my head, and I think it's amazing. Like, that's how little fucking buzz they have. But whatever. We're not here to talk about that dead fucking promotion. We're here to talk about a thriving promotion. TNA. The latest episode was pretty good. I mean, I don't know. I feel like they're struggling with episodes lately. They're kind of like killing it with pay-per-views, but
yeah,
look at the fucking YouTube numbers. People are watching the shit out of this episode. So
yeah, the thing is, Jay, I think what they're suffering is coming out of the pay-per-view, like that first episode out.
Like, they don't know how to. It's like just set up.
You don't like how to keep the momentum going. Is what it is. It feels like maybe
like a movie. It's kind of like a movie, I guess, where it's like, they have a sequel and I don't know.
Maybe they kind of don't have
that happened quickly instead of like, I feel like they kind of redo everything on the next show. You know what I mean? Like Nemeth comes out doing his thing and whatever. Let me start with Nemeth because I thought that was great. Again, I always say this: put the goddamn world champion inside the fucking ring and let him do these promos. He looks huge, and like I said, with the views, absolutely, this is going to be one of the most viewed segments probably in TNA history. Like not counting the beautiful people getting naked and stuff like that. Like if you remove all the beautiful people stuff, this would probably be up there already. Like, and it's against Mustafa Ali, who we've been talking about, has just been an absolute killer at everything he's been doing. I mean, even the thumbnail of Mustafa staring into fucking Dolph's eyes looks like very intimidating. This guy's fantastic.
Well, my thing is with it, Jay, is I don't know if you noticed, but it felt like when these two had their exchanges, at times it kind of felt like Nemeth was the heel and Mustafa was the face. You know?
Yeah, Mustafa's weird, man, because he's so he does everything heelish, but he just I don't know. I guess because he's so fucking good, it's hard to like treat him like one.
Yeah.
But they set up a match for next week, which I don't know. That could be a pay-per-view match, no?
Oh yeah, definitely. This is something that the fan base has complained about, like TNA giving away the really good matches on TV, and kind of reason to the pay-per-view.
Can't argue with that. Or Christian Thompson, our friend, who mentioned, "I'm a fan of the cam work tonight. As you can clearly see, the full arena and lighting helps a lot. Good for TNA." Yeah.
Oh, so
I don't know how. Yeah. Yeah, I mentioned that like we were.
Oh, speaking of Christian, he did notice that Earl Hebner was hitting the knee at Slammiversary with the chair too. So
he was what?
He was hitting the knee. Yeah, like the chair had bounced.
Missing this. Oh, okay, not on purpose.
Yeah, a reference to last week when we did the podcast. So I was glad he caught it.
There is a new episode of the Chainsaw Girls out today. That is Allie and Allison K's horror podcast. Even though I shouldn't mention that because they are totally jumping on Gary's shit. Stay in your lane, ladies. Put some hot girl stuff together. And Allie, if you're listening, please, God, come back to TNA for a little. Robles wants it so bad. I want it so bad.
And not to mention Facebook lighten up a little bit, would you?
Oh yeah. Also, if fans want to check it out, PCO. There was a PCO burger taste test with Gia Miller and Sam Laterna.
Oh, yeah.
I saw a bunch of comments. Please, more content with Gia Miller. Like, everyone fucking loves Gia Miller. This got more views than the Rascals vs. Subculture full match that was posted around the same time.
Well,
this almost beat Macklin and Diener highlights from Impact.
very smart to kind of sponsor or get a sponsor such as a PCO burger, because like,
Oh yeah, very cool.
so you can attract other businesses like
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
or you know,
So
anything.
I thought it was just one place you can get it in, but it was
Yeah.
like it was one place and all of the like corresponding whatever other restaurants I guess that they work with. So yeah, that was super cool. And PCO, God, I'm so happy for him. He retweeted our latest podcast. I wrote a nice article about how awesome he is when I was posting this thing with Sam and Gia. And good Lord, I am in love with Gia. I don't care. Whatever. Ace. Come after me, Ace. Good God, she's so pretty. She's so funny. She's like so real. Whatever. But also this was interesting. Ready? Hammerstone. I thought that was an awesome segment. We'll get to that. 54,000 views. Josh Bishop. That motherfucker finally got a name. Holy shit. Demolishes Sami Callihan. AJ Francis stands tall. 24,000 views. Josh Alexander, Mr. fucking TNA. 42,000 views, and that's been on there an extra day. That's been on there as long as Hendry and Mustafa Ali. Hendry, 116,000. Mustafa, 346,000. Once again, Josh Alexander, Mr. TNA, who everyone thinks is a huge draw, 42,000 views. What is 42 into 346? Who's that, like one fucking tenth of the people? Good God. Those are real stars right there. Dolph and fucking Mustafa. And I love how the numbers are literally showing it. And Josh gets a friggin'... Okay, so sorry. Let's get back to TNA. So, yeah, cool intro. Nothing amazing, but I love that kind of shit. It was simple. But then, like, they don't do this a lot, where they can put somebody in the ring with a mic, okay? So then later on, Josh gets a ring with a mic. And, like, I just don't like the idea of them doing it twice in one show, because they usually never do it. You know what I mean? And this was such shit. Oh, my God, what a great fucking job by Christian. That's the heel promo that's been done so often in the 23 years I've watched wrestling. Exactly. You're not getting shit from me. You don't deserve it. Fuck that. Do that backstage. You just wasted fucking 15 minutes of time.
That's what I didn't like about this, Jay. It felt very Y2J when he came back.
Totally. I've seen this, just like Thompson said, I've seen this 100 fucking times.
Yeah.
You don't deserve my answer. And then what? It's going to go on for fucking 2 weeks? Like, ugh. He's not even a good heel.
Yeah.
Shut up and beat people up. It's really not difficult.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get back to that in a minute.
I mean, with all the promising things coming out of Slammiversary, I mean, maybe it's just still a little preliminary, but, like, yeah, it's not a good way to start off.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, heel Josh should start off like a fucking lunatic.
Yeah, make him...
He shouldn't be out with a microphone, making it all fucking whatever. He should be killing someone in the back.
Well, I know
that's
one
way you did with heel Josh. You have him choking someone to death.
He should have just automatically went to ringside by the... like, commentary and started...
Yeah, or tear up fucking, Dolph and whoever in the opening promo.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, this is going to hurt some people, including myself, who I put Cody Deaner over for years because he does so much charity, but I don't want to see him anymore. He wrestled Steve Macklin. Macklin obviously got the win because Deaner's never going to win a match like that. I mean, I like jobbers, but, I don't know. They're just... I feel like they've done everything with him. Like, he gets no response, even though he begs for it. It's kind of, like, sad.
Yeah, it's kind of almost makes me wish he'd go back to the Deaner character, because at least it was a character, and, it kind of gave us that kind of vibe, a little bit of the Briscoe brothers, a little bit. I would have
kept him with Jake something, because, again, he has nothing.
Yeah, definitely.
Something has never had anything, which is kind of funny, I guess.
Yeah, I thought Jake something and Deaner had really good chemistry together as a tag team. I would just probably focus on keeping them that way for now.
Okay, what do you think about this, the Death Machine TV thing? I want to hear your thoughts before Christian's, because I bet you they're going to be totally different.
I loved it. I thought it was different.
I liked it too. I mean, I don't know. It's fun. Like, I just love him screaming. Like, I don't know, and like the outfits and stuff. Like, it makes me laugh. Like the outfits and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And then he goes, "What's with the water?" He goes,
"Oh yeah." Okay, so now our friend Christian did not feel the same. This guy has fallen so far since 2020 when he was awesome. I don't see any evolution in his character, and his in-ring work has gotten worse. I mean, definitely fair about the in-ring work. I mean, he was the back-to-back wrestler of the fucking year.
Yeah.
I don't know if people remember that. That's how good he was. I mean, him and fucking Tessa put on maybe, I mean, this isn't me. You can look it up. Google lists of the top intergender matches of all time. That's usually ranked number one.
Well, I kind of feel like Jay, he's kind of suffering from kind of like the Mick Foley thing because he has been in so many hardcore matches. I do feel like
I said something like that. He just never got better, like healthy,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think he's like never really recovered from like some of the more hardcore, kind of like in Wrestling Revolver. And
yeah, I think he did say something like that too. Speaking of not recovering from things, AEW did an unprotected headshot recently. Because why the fuck not? They're getting a ton of shit for that, and it's like, I just don't get it. I don't get it, man. How much money? These people are making so much fucking money. I mean, look what Edge did recently. And then headshots. So Corey Graves came out, and he tweeted something, and then he deleted it. But I don't know if you know this. Corey Graves can't wrestle because of a headshot.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that. So he got pissed off, and then AEW fans were like,
well, I knew he could never wrestle. I didn't know it was due to a headshot, but I knew there was a reason he couldn't go.
Okay, I mean, it was what's the word? What's the word that comes after a bunch of headshots?
Concussion?
I think you had too many concussions, something like that, but whatever. Let us know in the comments. Yeah. Speaking of comments, I forgot to pull them up this week, so I'm going to get to that while we quickly run down. Oh, yeah, Joe Hendry is live in concert on NXT this week, which I think it's crazy, stupid interesting because he's the goddamn... He's like the main graphic for NXT's Bash at the fucking... What is it? Bash at the Beach, I think? Whatever the fuck it is.
I did
he's the graphic, you know what I mean? It's him. Has that ever happened in the history of wrestling, you think? WWE used someone else from another promotion?
Oh, okay. Well, I did hear recently he was also added to the NXT roster, so.
Okay. Maybe they got him already.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry,
TNA fans. We're not getting... If you're a fan of Joe Hendry, I mean... Yeah. I've said this on the podcast. I don't think he was winning the title because like WWE has so much planned for him. But I mean, I think he's just going right there soon. Like,
first, maybe this is part of that. Maybe this is part of that TV deal. Maybe like we give up like a couple talents that are bigger that they want. Maybe.
Oh, I mean, maybe it's part of the overall deal. Like,
yeah,
WWE has to get something out of this. I mean, we've been talking about the TNA numbers and stuff like that. And this is a lot of it has to do with the fact that I'm sure Jordan and other people talked about how many there would be a lot more surprises at Slammiversary, which ended up not happening. I'm not sure if it was bullshit, but people. That was kind of unfair. Jordan said there was travel issues.
Yeah, I was kind of unfair to her last week for saying it was kind of her fault because, like, I didn't realize all the things that had been planned.
Yeah. Also, she's selling. I mean, she's selling a show. Like, she's promoting a show. I mean, I tell people we have the greatest podcast ever. That's not true, but it could get someone to listen. Okay. Speaking of, AJ Francis and Swan versus Josh Bishop and Callahan. First off, just confused the shit out of me. Isn't Bishop bad? Isn't Bishop with Francis? Wasn't that already?
Oh yeah, I believe he's something. Somebody said he's something to do. He's like a wrestler.
So why the fuck did he wrestle with Sammy here? Like, we've seen him with Francis already. I feel like I missed something here. Like, why would Sammy team with someone who's friends with AJ?
I guess it's something to do with just AJ and Sammy fighting, but Josh Bishop kept interfering, didn't he?
Okay. Well, you're right. Yeah, it was a one-on-one match.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. AJ Francis. Oh, you're right. AJ Francis with Rich Swann and Josh Bishop. My bad. I don't know how to read. Sorry, people. I never learned how to read.
Yeah, I was getting a bit confused when you had said that because I was like, I didn't think.
Also, it was the first time I've read the guy's actual name, Josh Bishop.
Oh, yeah, you had mentioned last week who the big dude was.
Remember, I kept saying, like, I'm like, this dude, I think his name is Bishop. Come on, it's right there. Come on. Did you not see him? Yeah, he did something at Slammiversary for that group. So, like, he's definitely part of that group.
Then I like
you're right. It was Francis versus Sammy with all three of those dudes there.
Yeah, and I don't know if you caught it at one point. Sammy goes, "Well, I don't know who the big goof is. It looks like Sid Vicious or whatever." That's what
Yeah. A little bit.
It's just kind of pretty cool moment. I like to hear about like wrestlers like that because like I
Again,
always
really good job by Christian. Be consistent. I like AJ, but he needs a nimbler opponent to work with, or a brawler stipulation wrestler like PCO.
yeah.
He needs a little guy to throw around.
Yeah.
Rosemary did a promo, and I didn't give a fuck.
Oh no, she's got the short
Also,
one.
Christian,
Like,
I don't find Rosemary interesting at all, but maybe a serial killer gimmick would work. Is that really what she's doing right now? Like, I feel like she does not look scary anymore. You know what I mean? Like with that short hair.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. If you look back to when she first debuted, when
The
was
greatest
in
look ever.
rivalry with the American Wolves at the time,
Yeah.
like that look was just.
Oh, her early look was like terrifying. Then she kind of got like more of a hot look, which was still awesome and still scary and hot.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I don't know, man. She looks like kind of like an old lady.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fair.
I'm not saying she's old. I just think it's like the haircut, and
yeah.
hopefully there's nothing wrong with her where she needs to have short hair. But I'm bald, and no one should have short hair unless you're forced to. So, okay, I love this one. Eric Young, the mixed tag match. This was my highlight of the night. EY and Jordan versus Ash and Hammerstone. The 2 or 30 seconds of Jordan and fucking, what's his name? Jordan Hammerstone was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I need to see that match.
Two powerhouses like staring each other down and like, man, I know Jordan's short, but man, I didn't realize how big he really is since he's come into TNA. I mean, I dare say he's got to be as big as Brock Lesnar at this point.
Oh yeah,
the big dude.
Oh yeah, huge dude. Sorry, let me hang on. I'm flipping over 17 things at the same time. Yeah, so Hammerstone and Ash won. Love that. I mean, I just want to see Hammerstone win. Maybe stick him with Ash. I mean, Ash is hot as shit. I didn't even realize.
Like they might do
her Instagram. Like good lord, she is beautiful. And I mean, it would help Hammerstone, you know, having like he's a dick with the hot girl. I mean, that always works. That always fucking works. Okay, sorry. Jumping over to comments since almost don't like forgetting these. And we love comments, and we really appreciate having listeners. I remember starting this a long time ago. We would get like 3 downloads a week. And now it's hundreds. And that's like not even counting YouTube. So like it's crazy that people actually click download and listen to us like later on. It still makes me like, that's crazy. Whatever. All right. So Eric Isaac, Slammiversary was a good show with all new champions and some shockers indeed. Who would have thought that home country hero Josh would turn heel? We did. Or Moose would be the first one eliminated. Yeah, did not see that coming. Or Earl Hebner coming back and becoming the hero after decades being the villain. Okay, so Eric Isaac like that. To Alicia being the only member of the system having gold. Oh, shit, we were talking about that. To Jordan and Ash possibly having the match of the night. I mean, yes, that was crazy surprising.
Yeah, we totally.
And finally, the wedding of the century will happen with PCO and Steph. Overall, 8 out of 10. Looking forward to Emergence and TNA coming back to Georgia at the end of the year, hopefully. Thank you, Eric Isaac. That's a damn good comment there. And hope Ali will finally return to TNA and to be in the right shape or at TNA Emergence 2024. It's my boy Robles, I think. Again, she keeps hinting at coming back in some way at some point, but like, I don't know. Good review. TNA Slammiversary was okay, but there were no surprises, and Hammerstone should have beat Eric Young. Totally agree. I would say it was good, but yeah, not enough surprises, and Hammerstone should have definitely beat Eric Young. It would be great if Bobby Lashley and MVP came back to TNA. Yes. Okay. Thanks for the comments there. So I really liked Hammerstone and Ash. And then Santino came out and spoke some French, and the fans fucking loved that shit. And I'm thinking, can I get some goddamn, what are the words? What's the word? You're the movie guy. Subtitles?
Oh, okay. Wasn't sure.
Did you know what he was saying?
No.
That's what I mean.
I'm not that far north, Jay.
That's what I mean. Like, I don't know. I think they went a little too Canadian this weekend. Like, It was literally a bunch of like French Canadian things.
And then
I
us
don't
Americans,
know what the words meant.
we learned that us Americans coming out of Slammiversary are really the heels. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's another thing. That's just, I don't know, very weird. Like, I mean,
yeah,
unless
they even booed.
unless they know they have a much bigger Canadian fan base. It's just it's weird. I don't know.
I did like Josh though.
Cool. Okay, but does this mean you're gonna make Josh a? Okay, wait now. Does this mean you can have every fucking Canadian be a heel in the United States now? Because you kind of should, no?
Yeah. Getting back to like last week, you had mentioned Josh getting booed by the fans. What it was is he's actually from Toronto, Ontario, and they were in Montreal. And I guess there's being the Canadians and the Maple Leafs, there's a rivalry there, I guess. So.
It's like a cities thing too. Like,
they
speak French in Quebec or whatever, like French Canadian.
Yeah. I sometimes would hear French Canadians come down south down here down to us in our country.
Well, maybe explain that to us, TNA, since we're all not goddamn Canadian.
I so bad wanted to know French the time when I heard
I know. God.
Because I was like, damn, what are you saying? Are you talking shit about me or what?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Dicks. Okay, so what the hell am I reading here? TNA director Santino came out. Okay, sorry. I think my friend copied this from had the wrong thing here. He wasn't on this week. He spoke French and said there was one more match for the pre-show. Come on, Christian. That's from Slammiversary. It's cool. The system cut a pre-taped backstage promo. I love this. They were all fucking miserable. Alicia tried to get them to talk. They wouldn't even fucking speak. I love that. I love that so much. They didn't just come out this week and fucking wrestle like nothing happened. Like they're miserable. That's great.
Did you catch when Alicia was saying, kind of giving when the episode first started, she's kind of being the voice for the faction, and then she gets ready to say trust the system, and she turns around and looks at him like, well, it looks like I'm the only one that's you
trust
really
me.
Trust in, you know what I mean? Because you guys have all lost.
Also, thanks for the reminder, because PWI, I believe, or whoever it was, put a list of top 10 managers and something else. And holy shit, this is one of the worst lists I've ever seen. Play-by-play guys, commentary, whatever. They had the Drama King, who, I'm sorry, I know this is a TNA channel, but ahead of McAfee. I think McAfee's the greatest, like, fucking bands ever. I would listen to him call anything. But more importantly, Alicia Edwards was not even in the fucking top 10 when the personal concierge was like number 6. What did he accomplish that Alicia hasn't? Like, how can Alicia not be 1, 2, 3? Well, I mean, who accomplished more than her?
The thing is, Alicia's been in different personas for like, I don't know, probably a better part of like close to 10 years, because she was.
Well, I mean, I'm just talking about the year.
Oh, the year. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely. Like with Alicia,
is she not one of the top 10 managers of the year? She got the system every fucking title almost.
Yeah. And then her heel placement, like outside the ring, like during their matches.
We talk about that all the time. She's fantastic. I mean, does it not count that she's a wrestler also?
She automatically knows where to go to interfere. You know, like because to take a swan.
Don Callis was ahead of her. Don Callis was ahead of her. The man with the stupidest and possibly worst group in wrestling history. They literally wrestle each other for no reason. Will Ospreay was like, yeah, I don't feel like being part of this group anymore, bruv. And they're like, okay, peace. You know, they didn't kick his ass like a real fucking faction would. Like, that faction. It's not even a faction. It's Don Callis TV time every fucking whatever week or whatever it is. And good lord, remember how great he was in TNA?
Well, I mean, I think back.
Now he's unwatchable.
When Randy Orton was kind of looking like the weak link in Evolution, and like you didn't see Triple H saying, well, you can just walk, brother, you know, just go.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah. They beat him down, and they let each member of the faction have their way with it. I think Ric Flair finished it off with a figure 4 leg.
You don't let people just fucking say, hey, I'm out of the fucking faction. Yeah. You don't say, no, you're out of the faction. Yeah. Weird. Am I crazy, or am I missing something? Is Josh's heel turn, was that the fucking main event of the night? Was Josh talking at the end of the show? I have it pulled up here. There were highlights of the Rascals winning. Okay, Gia Miller interviewed Mike Bailey. Oh, no, my bad. I didn't scroll down. The System and JDC with Alicia versus. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, the System.
Yeah, I just got to say,
now I sound like an
we
idiot.
didn't mention Myers and
Damn it! I thought they had the week off. All right, so the System and JDC with Alicia. I mean, why can't we just call them System? Sorry, Christian, even though they're all the System versus ABC and Broken Matt. Really not a fan of Matt teaming with anyone. I feel like he's like his own thing, and it's just weird. Also, this was a really long TV match, 18 minutes.
Yeah, I thought it felt like every bit that, but
and there were like what 3 commercial. Like I hate when there's like multiple commercial breaks. And now they're doing the in-screen thing, which I guess is cool, but I don't know. I don't like it. Like it gives you like a headache or something. I don't know what it is.
And I have to say, Matt Hardy and ABC did it as easy as 1, 2, 3. So
nice job. Yeah. So Joe Hendry came out, helped the good guys win, and stood tall at the end. Joe Hendry, Matt Hardy, and the Faces. Notice it was Joe Hendry though, not Nick Nemeth.
Yeah, I do like these moments with what we do have on one half of the Hardys, because like we don't know how much longer we'll have Matt or Jeff. You know what I mean? Like secure, or like, you know, for us for a little bit.
Yeah, very fair. Thompson gave it a 6. I would give it like a 7.5. That felt like a step back for me after another big PLE from TNA. And I feel like I don't know if we said that earlier or if we said this before, but yeah, like it's like I don't know what their problem is, where they can't get like a great show together right after.
I think that's
a pay-per-view or a PLE. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely think that 7.5 is very fair, because there was little things that did bother me. Like,
you think they're thinking too much about the pay-per-view and not after?
I don't know. I feel like sometimes like there's not like they don't have enough people to like write things for the next night, like, or something. Like it's like there's not enough input to what they should do, like maybe to try and get some buzz, keep it going.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something lacking.
Yeah, like they have the shows written, even though like they're not like, okay, let's use what worked last night at Slammiversary more than, what you know what you're trying to say. Like,
well, and then it didn't help. We kind of lost a few people on creative, or at least a person. So I don't know how much input they had into the show since they left, and I don't know if we've
I'm not worried. Nobody there creative was very creative.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I mean, it still was a person, and like, what do we have right now? Like, maybe I don't know. Maybe
AI. I think we have an AI booker, to be honest.
Yeah, AI and Tommy Dreamer. So
yeah,
that explains it.
I swear to God, I read some things from Dreamer, like things he says, or like things that he was like a big fan of, and I don't know, like I just shake my head like this motherfucker isn't has any kind of the part about how I literally just found this out. I didn't know this was an actual thing. I don't know if we talked about this last week or before. How Tommy Dreamer wanted to shoot himself at the end of WrestleMania or something.
Oh, you mean really?
Yeah.
Oh,
wow. No, I'm sorry. No, it was not literally murder himself.
Oh, I
like,
thought maybe
kayfabe. Like he wanted to kayfabe kill himself, and maybe Donald Trump. Was that it? I don't mean to be political. I'm talking like when Donald Trump was on.
Yeah.
Remember when he was wrestling with WWE?
Yeah.
I think it was that WrestleMania. Like it was something like, like we're both gonna get shot or something, and it ends like that. I'm thinking like, how do you follow it up? Tommy Dreamer's never seen again?
Well, I mean,
like you can't.
To be fair, you're talking about the company that had Vince McMahon get blown up in a limousine.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, so like it was. That's what I mean. Like it was normal kind of thinking. It wasn't a crazy way to think back then. But okay, so that's it for this week. Let me just make sure. Yep. Okay. Sorry. Let me scroll back and tell you what's happening next week. The wedding of PCO. Okay, I accidentally see spoilers about this. What do you think the chance is we get through an actual wedding? Has it ever happened in wrestling history where just a wedding happens and like nobody runs in or anything?
Yeah, because look at them. They just
maybe
always
Macho Man.
Like, huh?
Macho Man Elizabeth back in the day. Did they get married and nothing happened?
I know they had an NWO wedding, or not NWO, but Aces and Eights wedding with Brooke Hogan and
Oh man. Oh my God, Brooke.
and then they
I'm
had
sorry,
one with
I'm sorry, I'm thinking of
EY
Brooke
and
Tessmacher.
ODB. EY
Also,
and
Brooke Hogan
ODB.
still looks great, and Brooke
Yeah.
Tessmacher looks better than ever somehow.
Yeah. I
Good
seen
Lord,
a video.
get her back. Jody Threat versus Masha Slamovich. That's a good one. They actually just wrestled at Bloodsport. If anyone wants to check that out, that's like what they kind of like. I think it's like half shoot, half whatever. Kazarian versus Nemeth. Oh yeah, we missed that little thing. There was a backstage segment where Kazarian was talking shit to Dolph, and like Nemeth was there, and Ryan was there.
Yeah.
So I guess it was kind of like, that whole camera thing is coming to an end. Rosemary in action. Not a fan of that. I don't like the words in action. It usually means she's facing a jobber. And then Nemeth versus Mustafa.
Yeah, that and there's some like interference going on or some shit, pretty predictable.
Yeah. And okay, yeah, that's about it for. Damn, we're early, 35 minutes. Let me make sure. Hang on, let me make sure we didn't miss any TNA news. Let me check the homepage at alldistractions.com. Oh, I'm sorry. I just have to mention. I wrote a little tiny article today about how Vince Russo and Sean Sapp need to bang it out already. And in case anyone is confused by the language used there, I'm saying they need to have gay sex with each other. Just wanted to clear that up. I mean, I don't know if you've seen, like, these two literally go back and forth, like, every fucking day. Like, you're the crazy one, like, all this fucking stuff. Like, Russo makes videos I've seen, like, me. I shit on Sapp as much as I can, but, like, Russo just doesn't stop. He makes videos all the fucking time. Now, he's made, like, 5 out of his last 7 about Sapp. And, I don't know. To me, it's just like, get over it, dude. And then, Larry will say that to me, you can get over the Sapp thing, man. You don't got to keep posting and sharing it. And it's like, listen, I wrote on my thing, I'm so fucking over it. But this dude has billions of followers. So every day I share it, more people are seeing it. Like, that's what it's all about. I'm just shining a spotlight on a douchebag. That's all. And if I look like an asshole doing it, well, that's my Twitter account. And that's kind of what it's for. So.
Yeah, I had a little.
But there was another PCO burger. Sorry, you can go ahead.
Well, I had some news on
Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, and his My World with Jeff Jarrett podcast. I believe someone, I don't know if somebody had called in or whatever.
Someone asked.
Yeah.
Somebody said, like, it was like a ridiculously long question. Like, if the money worked out and this was this and this was this and this was this, would you purchase TNA? Oh, and they said maybe with Conrad.
Oh, wow. He's still
his co-host.
Wasn't he one of the people they were talking about? I think way back when they were something. He had
wrestling. He's like a wrestling fucking genius. I'm sure he'll be somebody big. He's the biggest podcasting guy. He's like the head. He's like one half of everyone's podcast. Yeah, like you said. He said like anything.
Okay. Yeah, I know the bearded guy there.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure he's related to the Flairs.
Oh, and he does stuff with Eric.
Eric
too, right?
Yeah, and he's kind of like a
I
don't know, kind of like a bit. I don't want to say a Meltzer guy, but like kind of. So like it's a good thing when he's in there against like people who hate Meltzer.
Yeah,
but yeah, he's good. So Jarrett said, like anything in the wrestling business, I'm interested in that and what they are valued at. People get into these valuations. I don't care what it is. You can come up with all the valuations you want in the world. You got to find a buyer, period. And then that buyer has to agree. Other than that, it's just great fodder, if you will. I'm not discounting tax situations and all that stuff, but certainly I'd take a look at anything. And if Conrad says, yes, let's do it, I'd say, let's do it. Laughs.
I don't see the product being for sale just because of what everything.
Oh yeah, no, I don't even know where. Yeah, I think it was just a.
Yeah, definitely.
Good news for Gary. His boy Trent Seven is back next week with Mike Bailey and Kushida facing the Rascals.
I do like that matchup though.
We will hear from Joe Hendry. I missed that. Damn, Joe's got a lot going on this week. I thought there was one more match. Oh no, yeah, okay. And then the wedding. This is like the first time I have not seen anything about like a wedding like this. Like I seriously have no idea what's going to happen, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, my thing is though, it's it's definitely not for the wrestling heavy fan. This set of tapings, because you predominantly on this episode, it was a lot of stories driving the episode, and then like this week it's going to be furthered because of the wedding. You either like that or hate that. So I don't know. It's one of those things. 2-week tapings, or sometimes it can be worse than a 4-week set. You know.
That is true. And don't forget, Joe Hendry on NXT this week. I mean, if you're a TNA fan, you pretty much have to watch NXT. I feel like. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
Well, I mean,
last week, the Rascals were on NXT last week without like being announced.
Well, that's what I mentioned a while back. Like, if like
it wasn't looking about Josh, how Josh would like to get on there, or wait, who did you say?
Yeah, he was backstage, I think, with Jade Chung or something visiting. But
what, at WWE?
Yeah, I think it was when they were in Toronto.
Once again, I gotta say, remember when these assholes had those goddamn emojis threatening the fucking owners? Good God, now they're begging for matches. This is just fantastic. I think it's so great. Yeah. How many of them wanted to leave, and now they gotta ask for like, hey man, can you re-up me? Well, it's like, hey, you haven't you posted? Yeah, I'll get back to you in a month.
And speaking of that, we also got a story of Killer Kelly being interested in wrestling in a crossover.
Well, that's what worries me, because she's been wrestling.
Yeah.
So like, why is she not with? I don't know. Maybe it's. I had a theory early on that they kind of.
I'm wondering if
stopped or like got rid of some knockouts right before working with NXT, because like they knew that NXT would take up a lot of time and knockouts.
Whatever. Well, I'm wondering, Jay, if it's not a visa issue or something, and they
it could be that too. But I mean, hasn't she? Oh, she can't go to Canada.
Yeah, WWE could be like.
But didn't she leave before that?
I can't remember, but I kind of feel like there's something that they're not telling us, and they're trying to say, well, I don't know if they just disagreed and Masha went her way or whatever, but I never really bought that. I kind of was a very weak vanishing of product.
I don't know if you'll know this, but her ass is amazing. And that's about all I got for this week.
Yeah, that's all I have.
Check out Gary's fucking horror asylum crypt of hell, or whatever he's calling it fucking this week.
Yeah, and stay updated on the tapings this Friday, Saturday in Tampa. There'll be some more.
And remember where you heard your that TNA Slammiversary news first. Us, unless anyone reported it in the last 3 days, because it was on Wrestling Inc. on Friday. So whatever, we will take it though, and keep up with the comments. Seems like the commenting was down a little bit this week, so let's keep that going. We love our comments. It kills a good part of the show for me. Okay. And have a good day, everyone, and have a good week, and we'll see you next week. No, we won't see you. You'll hear us, though. Okay, peace out.